Hi guys, welcome to Chris RYan Golf. We are at the Belfry again today. We are at the PGA National Golf Academy and we are going to do a video looking at the backswing, and I'm going to show you one of the best drills that I know to stop you laterally moving with the upper body as you make your backswing, because that's going to give you certainly some issues in the downswing in terms of consistency of contact, in terms of delivering the right amount of loft to the golf ball, all these kind of things which have knock-on effects. So let's initially look at the sort of fault that we're sort of trying to address, and then I'll explain the drill and how you're going to use it. So we still see loads and loads of golfers who come through the academy who have quite a lot of lateral movement off the golf ball with the upper body. So what we mean by that would be the shoulders and the head would move away from the target too much in the backswing. This tends to happen, not for every golfer, it tends to happen quite early in the golf swing. So even by the point of, when the club has reached first parallel, we'll often see some lateral movement away. By the time we get the lead arm parallel to the ground, we've often moved by, good 6-8 inches off to the right. Those golfers who move that way very, very rarely move back into a good impact position. So what they will tend to find is that when they come to deliver the club to the ball, the upper body's too far behind the ball. That changes what we call the low point, which is where the club bottoms out. And from there, we tend to get heavy shots, thin shots. And if we do manage to make contact with the golf ball, we often present, as I say, too much loft and the ball flight's incredibly high. Those golfers often are still still with the impression that they are trying to shift their weight in the backswing. This is not really what we want to do. We will shift pressure, but that doesn't mean we need to physically move off the golf ball. What we'd like to have happen is make a nice full turn, but keep that head nice and centered over the golf ball. That's going to leave you in a much, much better position in your downswing to get into that lead side, move the pressure over here and strike the ball, followed by the ground, and that's going to give you better golf shots. So what I've got set up here, I've just got a range basket and I've got just a club shaft. We're in the fitting centre here, so that's just a club shaft with that head on it and resting inside the basket. You can do this with a golf club, you can just lay it on top of the basket. And what you'll see is that as I address this golf ball, so as I place the club behind the golf ball, you'll notice that the club, or the grip of the club shaft is just behind the golf ball. So I can see the golf ball clearly, but the grip is just to the right of that golf ball. Now, this is basically a visual drill to give you an indication as to what you're doing in your backswing. If I make a backswing and I move laterally off the ball, what's going to happen is the grip is going to start to move above the golf ball. I start to lose sight of the golf ball because I've moved laterally with my head. My vision is starting to change its direction to the golf ball, and the golf ball starts to get hidden behind the grip. If I can make a turn, a centered turn, then the golf ball will stay fully in sight for the whole backswing. And that's really the feedback I'm after when practicing, that I'm making the right turn. Many of you will find, as I said at the start, that golf ball starts to disappear behind that grip very, very early in that golf swing. So you might find that initially just little pitch shots are fine. You only need to make that golf swing maybe half length just to get that feeling of that sort of move away, because as I say, many golfers are finding that this lateral move happens very early in the golf swing. So let me just show those two shots again, or those two sort of movements I should say. From here, if I make a lateral move with my head moving away from the target, the golf ball will disappear behind the grip. That's going to make it very difficult for me to return the club, as we said. If I can make a good turn, a centered turn, then the golf ball will stay fully in my vision and I can therefore get the confidence that I've made a good turn. You'll notice how high that grip is above the golf ball, and you'll notice that at setup, it's a good 2 to 3 inches away from my club shaft. I can hit shots from here. There is very, very little chance of you hitting that golf club, so feel free to go ahead and hit some shots. So I'm just going to demonstrate that for you. So take a starting position. I'm going to try and make that nice centered backswing and go through. Okay, so strike wasn't brilliant, but the feedback I got from that swing was great. It was exactly what I needed to do. I made a good solid turn. Golf ball didn't disappear out of my vision, and that was exactly what I'm trying to do. Let me just do one more, see if we can put a slightly better strike on it, because that was a little poor. Okay, much better. But again, the feedback I got was the same. So even those two shots were quite different, the first one was a poorer strike. If I'm working on reducing my lateral movement, both those swings I would class as good because I did what I needed to do. Just one point to remember, if you do find that you're the kind of golfer who's making this lateral move, don't fall into the habit of keeping the head still by making a backswing where you just lift the arms up. Don't restrict body turn to keep that head centered. We want to keep the head centered, but we still want to make a full turn. Very often when I talk to golfers about this and I start to look at lateral movement, I will see an under rotation, an under turn, causing the arms to lift. Yes, the head will stay much more centered, but we don't achieve the right kind of positions. So give this drill a go. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. It gives you some instant feedback when you're hitting shots. Start off with half swings, because you might find that even in that first move there's some lateral movement. If you can work from half swings up to full swings, this drill is definitely going to help you strike the ball better, flight the ball better, and that's only going to be beneficial when you get on the golf course. So thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked it, then please click the like button. If you've got any comments, you can post those in the boxes down below, and I'll do my best to respond to as many of those as I can. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then click the subscribe button, which is sort of down there somewhere as well. Subscription is free. Access to the videos is absolutely free. You'll just get a notification via email when I upload a video, and it means you won't miss any of the content that I'm putting up on here. So as I say, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again next time.